Well, welcome back, my friends, to another rousing rendition. A Jed Hornbeak short rib rendition. This really, truly, honestly, may be one of the best custom knives I've ever reviewed. And let me put that in context for you. We do real use reviews. We're going to use it. We're going to cut stuff. We're going to stab stuff. We're going to slash stuff. All right? We're not here to beat the hell out of the knife. I'm going to use this knife just like I would use it in a day-to-day situation. It's absolutely fantastic. It's insanely comfortable, and we're going to talk all about it. It's in CPM D2. It came super damn sharp out of the box. It was pretty easy. Now, here's what I did. I went through all the cutting, and if you'll notice, this is about 11 and a half minutes, something like that. Normally, I've been keeping them to 10, and I've even sped it up a little bit. I absolutely cannot get over this knife. And the thing is this, I'm basing what I'm saying on this, not just this little bit of use, but carrying it over the past couple weeks on the weekends, going in the woods with it a little bit, using it, taking it out, whittling, that kind of thing. Here's the deal. I got Megatron to cut up some lunch meat, as she has want to do. She absolutely adored the knife. The thing is, when you get a good sharp knife, there's so much you can do to it. And then when you got a good sharp knife that's got a great heat treat, so you know it's not going to chip, it's not going to roll, when you treat it like the tool that it is. And that's where this channel's heading. Now, I don't care what anybody else does. I really don't. And I hate that I even have to keep saying that, but people read into shit what they shouldn't read into it. When I'm telling you is we're going to take this knife, we're going to put it through its paces. I hope that you can see, one, how much I love it, how beautiful it is, and just how much the damn thing works. Now, let's do this. Let's watch the knife work. Now, I'm going to do a quick comparison. The short rib is the blue handle. The red handle knife is the Kermit Rhodesian. I believe that's the name of it. I forget it every time, but that's the one that we're going to raffle off. Now, there are two knives, two Jed Hornbeaks we're raffling off. I bought one at Blade Show, and then Jed donated this one. So we're going to have two Hornbeak knives. They're about $400 or $500 each, guys. They're custom. They're out of fantastic materials. The one we're raffling off is CPM 3V. The one that I have that I'm donating, CPM 3V. This one's in CPM D2, and I believe this is my first experience with it. Now, right here, I want y'all to look, because somebody said, you can't cut it. Zip tie, I was cutting into the lock part, okay? I purposely did that to make it a little tougher. Now remember, we don't cut zip ties to see if the knife's sharp. Any knife should cut a zip tie. Hell, you should be able to break one with a knife. We do it to see if it does any chipping to the edge. Now, there's the balance point. Guys, let's just watch the knife work. I'm going to run through my intro, and we'll give you some specs, and we're going to talk about why I love this knife so much. It came with a black leather sheath. Let me just say this. It came with a black leather sheath with Jed's emblem on the back. You see how it's riding on my belt? Absolute perfection for me, and that is hard to achieve. That's why I don't mention sheaths much. Jed nailed it with this. Perfect height for me. I've got short arms. We all know that. But like you see where the sheath's riding, it's beautifully done. It's double stitched. Let's jump. Oh, real quick. This is doubled up. This is down where the hook. So it's not only doubled up, it's stitched together. And we're going to cut right through it, okay? Watch the knife work. Guys, there was a time in this country where 22 vets a day took their own lives. Now, stats are everywhere. We talk about it all the time. That's why here on the channel, we focus on the number 0. And all that means, really all that means is this, vets, you have a place here. You are welcome here. Always, always welcome here. That's all it means. We're not a charity. We're not trying to be. We back to blue over here. We support live. Now, that's going to be one of the most misunderstood things we do, and that's okay. That's why we have the right to agree to disagree, and I know that some people do. That's part of living in the good old U.S. of A. Finally, if you are an addict, never quit quitting. So here we're doing the John Peters stab test, just getting a good grip. It gets in there pretty good. Now, it goes all the way through one. And remember, these are not steel belted. That's not steel belted tread there. Now, again, watch this. Yeah, I'm just, when you get a knife, here's the thing. I started out with a knife, and let me give you some stats on it. It became very, very apparent to me that it was super slicey, and these are G10 handle scales. Got some blue and black there. It is a full tang knife. The blade stock looks to be, it's between 3/16 and an eighth. So it might be some kind of millimeter, but between 3/16 and an eighth. Listen, and it tapers down. This thing is thin. You're going to see me do this a lot. It's one of my favorite type things, just doing some whittling. The knife came razor sharp. All right, overall length is 8 7/8 inches. The blade length is right at 4.5 inches with a cutting edge of about 3 7/8. And then we've got a sharpening tool there, got a really good hand guard there. The handle length is right at 4.5 with an inner grip. Your inner grip is right at 3 7/8. The way that the pommel is slanted, if you have to, you can tuck your pinky, but I don't have to. I can get a good full 4-finger grip on this. I can spin the knife upside down. I'm gonna back up, see, and I might move the camera around more here. It's always good to watch old scabbers stagger around. Here's the thing, I did a couple different batoning things. This is an old oak, just an old hard piece of oak. We wanted to do some, and then I'm gonna get a little bigger piece. I wanted to put some pressure on it, but again, sometimes guys, and I'm just gonna be 100% straight up honest with you, y'all know old scabber's not all there. So I will get wrapped up in the moment. I will get lost in the moment and kind of forget, not that I'm reviewing the knife, obviously, but I get so intense in with the knife that I enjoy the knife so much and I'm just into what I'm doing, I go a little long. And so for that, I ask you to forgive me. A lot of this wood, man, it gets wet, it dries out, it gets wet, it gets dried out. And I've told y'all, look at that. Just, God, Lee, that's just, man, I love it. I'm telling you I love this knife, and I can't say that enough. I'm trying to throttle back some so it doesn't sound disingenuous, but the truth is, it feels good in my hand. It's very comfortable. It's got a great balance. Jed amazes me every time, and I don't know why. I've handled several of Jed's knives at this point. I've demonstrated several of his knives. The guy's amazing. He's in Tennessee. Now it's Jed Hornbeak. I'm going to put his email in the description. That's the only link I'm going to have. Hopefully he'll comment on the video. If you want to try to get with him, please do. Every knife that you're going to see me review, he has 2 and 3 of. Now, JR has this same short rib. JR bought one, and it is absolutely dope. Also, shout out to What's the Point EDC, Big J's Knives, Running with Knives, Boston Blades, Randy's WSG, Joe from JS Bladecraft, and guys, Donnie B all day. We got that raffle going on. I want to do another shout out, man. I want to get a guy to over 2,000, and that's Tom Ritter. I love Tom Ritter. He's an awesome guy. He's an OG. He's always looking out for the community. Shout out to him, and big shout out to Satu Dave. Now, back to the knife. Y'all see me do this 3 or 4 times, and I know you're going, Scab, come on, man. We get it. You can whittle. You can make a damn pencil. I don't know what it is, man, but that right there, to me, is therapeutic. What does it show about the knife? Well, it's slicey, and it shows you I love it. I mean, guys, y'all know that I don't do shit scientifically. Y'all know that I'm probably one of the worst knife reviewers out there, but I have fun. Now, what I decided to do right here is just make a ton of cuts. This is steel belted sandblast hose. So we're going to make one slicey cut. We're going to make another. I love this, and I keep saying thin. It's not a thin blade, but the way he's got it tapered down, and it's just cutting. Now, this would be a point where I would throw that ratchet strap across the yard because it's tiny. Knife gets in there, makes its cuts, and gone. There's a difference in cutting long ratchet strap and short ratchet strap. Don't believe me, do it. I try to show you guys some actual everyday use, okay? We're going to do some stupid stuff here and there. We're going to stab stuff, and you're like, Scab, I never stab anything. I get it. Some of it we have to do because we're knife reviewers. Some of it I can get away with because I'm a knife reviewer. Now watch here. Now this is something we stabbed. And again, this ain't steel belted, but it's probably 3/4 to an inch thick tire tread. And we're just going to push down through it. You say, Scab, knife's not struggling. It's a 3/4 to 1 inch tire tread. And we're just pushing. Now I'm sawing a little bit, but most of it's just a push cut straight down. Why would you need to do that? Well, you know, if your neighbor pisses you off, you got to cut his tire, there you are. You know, blame Hornbeak. He's the one that made the knife. Don't blame old Scabbard. If cops come, Hornbeak. Remember that. The thing is this, guys. Jed is a great guy. He's a great knife maker. He's an awesome father, and he's a great friend. I am 1,000% behind him, and I've told y'all, I wanted to start helping as many American knife makers as I can, and Jed has stepped up for us big time, donating knives, stepped up for us, sending us knives. Billy over at Apex Alchemy's been to his house, and Billy's an awesome guy. Shout out to Apex Alchemy. This whole Brothers of the Blade, man, this is what it's all about. Helping people out. The day I don't do that, it's the day I shut this sumbitch down. I know we got a little off track. How many times can I tell you I love a damn knife? Is it the best custom knife I've reviewed? If it ain't number one, it's in the top two. I'm just going to tell you. Why? Because it cuts? Yeah, it's a knife. That's what it's supposed to do. It's what it's supposed to do. It's not supposed to get thrown through a mountain or drop kicked across the planet. It's supposed to cut. It's a cutting tool. It excels at that. It's comfortable. It rides comfortably. Look at the way it held that edge. I mean, after everything, there's no stropping. There's nothing. That's workmanship. That's heat treat. That's edge alignment. That's edge bevel. That's all the shit that I'm not remembering. Badass knife. This is the Jed Hornbeak short rib. Best knife I've ever reviewed. But remember this more than anything. I'm Scab. You're not. I'm gone, son. Love y'all. God knows I do.